What an unbelievably fun, crazy way for us to end the best ball fantasy football season. I still honestly am kind of having a hard time parsing out everything that happened for Sam Sherman to win, for our boy Mac Nova to take second place in the DraftKings flagship best ball content. Of course, big thanks to our friends at DraftKings today. DraftKings, a certified, licensed, fully legal sportsbook and daily fantasy sports platform, coming down for us today. Thanks to them for sponsoring these. We are going to be drafting some playoff best ball contests here on the DraftKings platform. Of course, it is hashtag DraftKings Playoff Best Ball Week. If you guys want to head on over there, I would encourage you to see what is on offer from our friends over on DraftKings. I've got some special stuff planned for all of the community members today, including Purple Yosh, including Goods, GM to Scott, GM to Best Ball Chosen, GM to Kev, GM to Chad. I have to say, the experience last night of seeing everyone in the Slappy Central Discord post their screenshots. Not everyone, right? There's a decent end for me. No titles in the best ball season, but man, it was really something to see all the people who won in those contests yesterday. It was a very different experience than we had in the Slappy Central Discord last year, right? Slappy Central Discord was not nearly as on fire as it was yesterday, but it was just very cool to see. I was very proud of everyone who did well. And I think it does speak to, honestly, I really mean this in a very serious way. I do think it does speak to the type of people who watch this channel and who hang out in that Discord. These are people who are grinding. These are about the about the grinding is people that you are going to find as we take Puka Nacua with our first overall pick here in this draft. Yeah, just a very, very cool experience. GM to Artillery Frost sitting there with the 5 gifted members. Everyone go ahead and give him a big ol' salute. Just a very fun time to be, a member. Cause right now we are back to hoping. Everyone won yesterday. We got wow, Artillery Frost shipped the Flock 5. I didn't even know that. That's another title inside of the Slappy Central Discord that I did not even know about. Artillery Frost, man, send me the screenshot of that, because I am going to send out a tweet congratulating all of the Slappy Central boys on getting there. It was a great day to be a SEAL. Well, do you consider Sam Sherman part of the SEAL community? I suppose that is your question. Do you consider Mr. Sherman one of us? Is he down there in the diamond gem mines with us? It would be a little. I could see it going either way. But by and large, we are back in the playoff best ball streets. Thanks to our friends at DraftKings, we are going to be grinding a ton of these today and over the next week. There we go. GM to Goods 904 gifting 20 memberships. Obviously, if you got a membership, make sure to say thank you to our boy Goods. Purple Yosh. Oh my God. Purple Yosh. What a sweat. In a way, I feel most in tuned with what Purple Yosh was sweating, because we were updated on it every given week. Wow. We got Adams and Stafford to fall to us there. That is what we call a GM. Puka, Stafford, and Adams to start. So Yosh won the eliminator. Goods won the big board. And as he's noting, win big board. Artillery Frost won the flock community. Our boy Tesla Beam won a huge shipper here, 100K with Brock Purdy. Unbelievable stuff there. And our boy Marker Tassel shipped the Super Flex puppy. So it was just quite a day. It was just a really good day. You know what, Purple Yosh? I love you guys all too. I love you. I love you guys. I love you guys all very much, man. It was if it wasn't going to be me, I am very glad that it was a bunch of you guys. I actually honestly like I think maybe that sounds a little bit disingenuous, but oh my god, yeah, forgot about Mac Nova getting second in the in the DK Millie. I mean, just incredible. But it's very cool to know that just the people that we sit and interact with every day um are having good seasons, man. Because I think also, also at the end of the day, it does go to show a lot of us like, hey, man, that oblong leather ball bounces your way. That could be us next year. Who's saying it couldn't be? Dude, fifth in rookies and sophomores, of course that counts, brother. Of course that counts. That is a huge one. Now, what do you do when you get the perfect start? Like, I guess I'm just gonna try and play as much chalk as possible because how often is this start even possible? Like almost never. I guess people are not convinced on the Rams. GM. 3 more Bijan points for 6 figs, but we settle for third in the little board. Not a wish cast. Carnell Tate to Kansas City. Dude, just anyone, any freaking person for Kansas City who can beat man coverage, man. Just anybody. The home league team I won had a slappy team named Tootin' Out My Fannin. GG, man. GG. All right. Well, I guess, I mean, ETN makes some sense. I don't want to take another NFC team. Oh, dang. ETN goes. I don't want to take Jacobs here because I don't want to start building out another NFC team because I like this spot too much. So let's take Kincaid. Maybe we just do Hampton here because I don't want to take Jacobs. Shakir. Yeah, you know what? Let's take Hampton and see the road that this goes down. Yeah, not that rare for start. Okay, not that rare. But yeah, man, Carnell Tate to Kansas City. Could the league even handle that, Aaron? Could the league even handle it? Hope everyone won big. 21st in the puppy superflex for me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Daniel. Very cool. Came in 11th after the Stafford and Puka dud. Yeah, that was a big lot of people. I mean, Puka was the most owned player in the finals. So to have him and Kyle Pitts both dud in the final, that was that was really something. How funny is it that Dusty Henry is who you needed? His advance rate was pretty light. I wonder what his advance rate was on DraftKings versus FanDuel or DraftKings versus Underdog because he was actually more expensive on DraftKings. Yes, the DK winner did not have Derrick Henry. How about that? 48 ball, I guess 50 points on DraftKings for Derrick Henry. Yeah. Really, really insane stuff. You could have put that on the bingo card quite a ton, and I would not have gotten Derrick Henry not on the winner on DraftKings. Like really, really incredible. 206 in the puppy. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. It's true. Buck, you gotta give credit, man. Wow, Derrick Henry not on any of the top 10 teams. Hoping to finally get some recognition in the space after taking down the Husky too. We gotta give Shady his props. All right. Sidekick still wants me to select Jacobs. I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction. I am gonna do Lad. And I would honestly, you know what? I'm gonna do something that is non-sidekick approved. I'm gonna take Quorum over Jacobs. So now we have got Stafford, Hampton, Puka, Adams, Kincaid, Ladd, and Quorum. And there are an infinite number of Rams tight ends that we can take on this team. We can take Terrence Ferguson. We can take we could take Colby Parkinson, Davis Allen. I think Quorum's injury was okay. Right? Quorum's injury was just an ankle, right? I somehow shipped the flock without Derrick Henry. Yes, I agree. The flock contest so good for that reason. Imagine telling that guy he was going to win after watching the Henry game. True. How bad was the? Yeah, I think the Quorum injury wasn't that bad. SK is Karain school backwards. How about it? Yes, the Peter Overzet stream yesterday was about as good as it gets. Are you winning, son? I mean, I think I'm winning on this team. Whoa, Samuel, we have the actual DK winner here on the Samuel, bro. Are we there, man? What incredible stuff. Everyone's just having themselves a day. Everyone is living their best lives. Shout out to you, brother. I no. We're it's DK best ball week, bro. Wow. All right, man. All right. Samuel Shepard 008 with the DraftKings winner. Give that man a round of applause. Yes, we will indeed do this. We are gonna come up with a Hall of Fame, a Slappy Hall of Fame, if you will, inside of the Slappy Central Discord. Yes, yeah, I saw that you were at the game shouting out. Was that planned, Samuel, to go to the game when you realized you had a sweat, or were you already going? Yes. Also, shout out to everyone who told their significant other that they just that they broke even this year. Huge shout out to them. Dude, scripting. Samuel won the DK Millie and Samuel won BBM. That's crazy. Still wants me to take Jacobs. I mean, I guess just as an advance rate piece, maybe I just do it. All right, sidekick. I'll give you what you want. We will do Jacobs as an advance rate piece. So we added Jacobs in as like maybe our flex play for a couple rounds. Now Herbert, that makes sense to me. So we'll do J Herb. So now we've got Stafford, Hampton, Puka, Adams, Kincaid, Ladd, Corum, Jacobs, Herbert. Like to add Gadsden on this team if he's available, and then probably Higbee or T Ferg. Might need to talk to Karain about these Rams sims. Won the DK single entry this week for $25,000. Wow. Yeah, sidekick loves Jacobs and apparently does not like Ferguson as much as I do. So I'm gonna talk with Karain on that one. Wow, Todd, we got a Todd shipper. I mean, everyone had a shipper, bro. Shout out to all the shippers. Yeah. I mean, imagine being there in person, watching the 93-yard touchdown run. How hungover were you? It's very funny. Okay. How are we going to wrap this one up? By the way, I have no idea why. Still can't really figure it out. Yesterday's video was demonetized. So don't know what that's about, but I really hope that doesn't happen today. Yes, the mitten is not going to be happening for your boy. I was sitting directly behind Matthew Stafford's wife and kids. Now that is something, dude. That is something. Does the Diggs news affect him in playoff best ball? I would assume not, but I don't know. Dang. Okay, QJ went. He maybe would have been a nice addition to this team. because Adams might like thinking forward. Adams might not play round 1 of the postseason, right? I don't think Diggs is going to be suspended for the playoffs. No, that's just not really how the NFL works. So I want to do Gadsden, and then after I take Gadsden, I want to know if it still wants me to take a Rams tight end, because if it does, I'm actually going to take Ferg. Yeah, Atwell played like 3 snaps yesterday, so we are going to take Ferguson over Davis Allen. Bada bing, bada boom. We have one final pick. Let's actually go look at the Rams route participation yesterday, because I need to double check that I am correct about this. I'm pretty sure I am. I mean, Ferguson looked good yesterday. Higbee could have played yesterday, or Tutu could have played yesterday. Bijan bumped me up from 13th to 3rd. Hell yeah, Richard. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, I mean Keenan I think is a good pick. I obviously on DraftKings I greatly prefer Gadsden to Keenan. There is going to be one tight end one of these weeks who gets like 14, and 14 is going to beat every other tight end. Like 14 is going to absolutely crush one of these postseason weeks. All right, Rams in week 17. So in week 17, Parkinson 63%, Ferguson 46, Davis Allen 42, and then at wide receiver, Tutu Atwell 22%, Whittington 15, Mumfeld who's just running Adams's routes. So I'm not loving the Tutu stuff. Yeah, I take Knox, I take Higbee. Darnell Washington broke his arm, so I don't know if I'm feeling that good about taking Darnell Washington. I don't think I would draft the Bucs at all, because I don't think the Bucs can win the Super Bowl. Well, I don't know if the Bucs can make multiple playoff wins. Basically, can I get demonetized for chat comments? I don't think so. I don't know. I really obviously I tried to have a conversation with YouTube support yesterday about why it got demonetized, and they were not helpful. If I drafted any last round Dobbins, I have not, but boy, is that an interesting one. Because J.K. Dobbins could come back, and you would think, knowing the way that Sean Payton kind of historically does things, if he does come back, man, he's probably going to be the starting running back again. I know Baker is mad at me. Apparently the deal with Burden is that it was not considered to be that serious of an injury. There we go. I cannot get demonetized for comments. So it was something I said. I don't know. It was very, very hard to figure out what. I don't know. I have no idea. Really hope it doesn't happen again though, because limited ways to generate income as a YouTube streamer. All right. So Atwell and Whittington, neither of whom I really want to click, are sitting here at the top. I mean, Xavier Smith. You know what, Corain, we're going to give it to you. We'll just take Tutu. Is there anyone else who's more? Keenan? You know what? Let's go Keenan, actually. We're going to go Keenan. So doing Keenan over Tutu kept me from a full Rams Super Bowl, because I've got Stafford, Corum, Puka, Adams, Ferguson, and so I can't fill in a 6th Ram, but I have any Charger. Man, maybe I should have just taken Atwell. Maybe I should have taken Atwell. I could see that one either way. I mean, is Tutu Atwell ever getting? I know. This always annoys people. that if you click the player in the sidekick, it adds them to the queue. It always annoys people that I don't do that. But you know, I just do things the way they're always doing. I do things the way I've always done them. No, YouTube I'll say this, a YouTube Premium subscription is the wisest, useful subscription I've ever had. I'm nitpicking, but just food for thought. If you think Adams has a chance to miss round 1, you probably pass on Kincaid there to get higher upside wide receiver for round 1 instead of ending up with 3 tight ends. Man, I'm kind of fine with 3 tight ends. What do you guys think about tight ends on DraftKings? I tend to kind of like getting 3. Obviously, they can contribute in the flex, right? That's a big deal. Is they can contribute in the flex, but also like you just have the ability to easily win in a given advance rate week because of your tight end. It's probably very like level 1 thinking of me, but I do love the tight ends. Ooh, this is a good question. What are your total entry fees across all sites and total winnings? I've not done any accounting yet. It's also how do you account for entry fees when a lot of them were not my own money, but they were done on site credit. I had a good year in like high stakes. So like I got like a decent amount back on FFPC and NFC. I have like $4,000 pending or like $3,100 pending in best actually on underdog. And I've got a couple thousand from fast draft. I finished 4th in the fast draft big tournament. I'll guess Ecoxer, I'll guess right now. I'll guess in for 24,000, out for about 16,000. I would guess if you wrapped it all up. That could be heavy or light the either way. I liked fast draft because, and hear me out, it was very easy to fast draft. I set like auto rankings and just did it on its own. Only play DK right now, but which is better for best ball? I mean DK has loads of contests. So does I mean there's loads of contests everywhere, but I actually plan to do more on DraftKings next year than I had done this most recent year because they have so many smaller field contests, like so many contests that are like 5,000 entrants, which is nice for me. Also, a lot of noobs on DraftKings. Yes, there are many noobs to be found. All right. Let's see if we can replicate a perfect Rams roster. And let's also try to let's really try to not take Jacobs on this one. So we'll do Puka, and maybe it'll work this time. It's just so nice to have the Rams stuff all lined up, and the Rams tight ends obviously are better on DraftKings than they are an underdog. Full PPR, have to use a tight end, so there's a little bit more edge in taking them. Yeah, Herzig shipped 2nd on drafters with an auto drafted team. I auto drafted on drafters, but I did not have the same rankings as Mr. Justin Herzig. So many such cases. It wasn't a very successful year for me, but it was a fun one. Thanks for all the content. 2026 is our year. Salute to you, MBF. Hey, it's all right. We're going to make it all back in cash game week on DraftKings this week. Yes, that Puka near catch was beyond insane. I really thought it was going to stand. So maybe this start is not as rare as I thought, because I think I'm about to get it again. I think that we are about to get the Adams Stafford. Wow, we are. All right, there you go. Adams and Stafford. So let's try and not draft the exact same team that we just did. Maybe I'll try and do Jaguars this time. You guys like that? I'm not saying Jaguars anymore. Jaguars. Is that really how it's pronounced? If I locked in a Super Bowl I'm most confident in, if anything, I am less confident than I was yesterday. I felt pretty confident that the Rams are the best NFC team. I might give the edge to the Eagles. That Rams performance was brutal. Yes, it is funny the Rams are easier now to get that they're not live for the bye. As a Falcons fan, I was in awe of the catch until we saw the sideline view. Still insane it was that close. Felt like some Julio craziness for sure. For sure. I would not ever do Stafford and ETN there, no. I think it is way too valuable to get the Puka Stafford Adams because you are just setting yourself up for so many good permutations of AFC teams, you know? Like I think the other way is just way easier. Also, yes, when Adams comes back, I mean, no disrespect to Kanata Mumfield, no disrespect to Xavier Smith, but these dudes are not Devontae Adams. So here it is again. Dang, okay, Jacoby, that sucks. All right, first thing I'm going to do is take Corum here. So we've got Corum at pick 24. Just feels way more important for the build. I don't want to take Jacobs. I could do Harvey. Can I do Jaguars without ETN? That's the question. Can you do Jaguars without ETN? You know what? Whatever. We'll give it to RJ Harvey, and then we're going to take an advance rate running back later. Yes, the Eagles defense is almost Houston level good when Jalen Carter plays. True. True. Favorite advance rate wide receiver that falls late in drafts? Any Packers wide receiver, Reed, Watson, Dobbs. I don't believe there's any bonus, but I believe there are best ball fantasy playoff best ball promos going on. Why did I reach on Corum there? Because now I can kind of do whatever I want, and I didn't think there was a clear pick because I didn't want to take Hampton again. I literally just did a Rams Chargers. So I think getting Corum is like structurally more important to the team. And it kind of got obfuscated yesterday because he got hurt. But Corum and Kyron have been like legitimately in a 50-50. Not maybe a 60-40. But Corum is just more important for projecting in the Super Bowl. But I honestly, I probably would have just taken Hampton. I think the Packers suck for advance rate. Most of their equity is getting a Packers alpha stack to the finals. I don't know. Those wide receivers have had some blow up games. Okay. So my plan was to take Derrick Henry, but I can't do that now. So let's take, sure, whatever. We'll take Brian Thomas Jr., little advance rate piece there. Now, do we do Jaquavius Woody Marks? Oh, no. I'm doing Ramondre. Sorry, sidekick. Not listening to you. We're setting up connect the dots AFC with a full Rams onslaught. Third in the sprint, thanks to Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Thanks for 2025 with your podcast ranked as my number 2. Looking forward to the big board streaming during the championship weekend. Wow. Mr. Joshua Riddell. Riddell. Either way. Man, there we go. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. And no one tell Chad. The big board is the contest on Underdog. The first contest on the first contest on DraftKings is called, I believe it's called the training camp, I think is what they call it on DraftKings. And my plan is to max the training camp this year. 14th in the sprint. Pitts screwed me. Well, I wouldn't call KLS a banger. To be honest, I am just now getting started with scouting like 2026 rookies. Trying to wrap my head around that. Interesting. Okay. Sidekick wants Herbie. We're gonna do Ferguson first because he's more important to the build, and then I just want to see what is given because Strange just went. Wow, Ferguson and Parkinson, huh? I kind of like that. I love when the sidekick gives me something funky. So now we've got Stafford, Corum, Puka, Adams, Ferguson, and Parkinson. So we do have a full Ram stack. Not the best Ram stack because it doesn't have Kyron, but we do have a full Ram stack. Yes, the presumed rookie 101 is Jeremiah Love. I really don't know if I have a JCM yet. I get not wanting to draft the exact same team, but if it's the best combo and there's pods, you can do that with the possibility of one night getting through. You are 100% correct. Firefight TX. I'm totally down in general to draft the exact same team on in playoff basketball, but probably not so much when I'm on stream. That's probably more off stream activity. Literally drafting the exact same thing. All right. So interesting that it's now popping in Atwell because I've already got the full Rams thing. My Dante Moore comp, someone not very good. I did not love him. This is maybe going to be controversial, but people believe that he is a mobile quarterback because he's a young black man. He is not a particularly mobile quarterback. Not a good scrambler. Really more of a pocket passer. 3 years in college, he has 118 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. I could see going. I mean, what's a good comp for Dante Moore? I honestly like that's how early I am. I really have to think more about it. All right, we're not gonna do Tutu. I'm off the Tutu train. I wonder if we take Jaden Higgins, will it give us Stroud? That's kind of what I'm curious about now. Nope, still Atwell. Could add in another Ram. Could add in Higbee. Let's see. How many more picks do we have? Okay, one more pick. Let's add in Stroud, and then I'm just curious if it still wants us to do Higbee. Because if it still wants us to do Higbee, I think I will. Gino was kind of more. Gino was a little bit more mobile out of West Virginia, honestly. The like Moore is definitely a quite good down the field thrower. I don't know. Yeah, think quote more about it. I would say better than Tua. I would say better than what Tua is now at the very least. I don't know. I think I need to think more about what he is like. It's a very bad rookie class in general. Not very bad. It's not what we had last year, right? There's not like we have Jordan Tyson, we have Jeremiah Love. We have Kenyon Sadiq, the Oregon tight end. Budget Stroud. You know what, Robert? I think you might have hit it. I think budget Stroud, like maybe a slightly less accomplished version of Stroud. I think I like that. All right, let's go, Mr. Higbee. So that was a little bit of a journey. We took that one on a journey. See, I would still have Jeremiah Love behind Genty, but probably ahead of Hampton. So Stafford, Corum, Puka, Adams, Ferguson, Harvey, BTJ, Ramondre, Parkinson, Higgins, Stroud, and Tyler Higbee. Xavier Smith almost ended Sam Sherman's night last night. Stafford missed him. Wow. GM to $27,500 winner on DraftKings, Mr. Neil from the Flannelverse. Big night for our guy Neil. Neil, if you want to hop on, send me a Twitter DM, and you can come hop on, and we can draft a playoff shipper. I don't know. Do I want? Ooh, sick. Not love that. No, I did not get my mittens in, Keaton. I did. I think I did 120 of them. I think I did 120 mittens, but I was literally 10 tabling them with the sidekick this morning, and then had to go do the swole cast. So once we did the swole cast, I had to say that's enough. But I got a good number in. Easy to win 27,500 on site credits. Very easy. Man, I will say my number one takeaway right now is that it is very easy to get the Rams in these postseason contests. And it does feel like that's probably the angle that I'm going to be taking, because the Rams have not done anything to me to indicate that they are not the best team. Nez and I just dumped some autos in together. Should work out great. Autoing playoff best ball, I have not figured out the strategy there. But if we look at like the most important numbers, so let's look at the DK Sportsbook futures here. So on DraftKings, the Seahawks are the most likely team to make the Super Bowl, followed by the Broncos, followed by the Rams. Obviously, the big edge you get with the Rams, they don't have the bye. They get to play the first week. So that's a big edge for them in this contest. Followed by the Patriots, followed by the 49ers, followed by the Eagles. Then you get to how about that? The Bills and the Jaguars have the same spot. I mean, that feels... Oh, I just realized the reason why that screen was taking forever is I did not click enter. So I probably should have clicked it. Did I do something wrong? Oh, well, I guess I got logged out on DraftKings. Do I think CMC is better if the 49ers get the bye or the 1 seed? I mean, you in general, I would say it's harder than you would think for teams to advance with like multiple pieces on the round 1 bye. That was weird. That was weird to get logged out in the middle. This is why I shouldn't do things on the Brave browser. All right, 262. All right, there we go. We are logged back in. How do you qualify value for advance rate versus Super Bowl equity? All right, this is gonna sound like a kind of glib answer, but basically, I let the sidekick do that for me. I let the sidekick tell me what I need to be doing on a given team, and we are drafting out of the 4 slot on this one. A bunch of people drafted all the San Francisco pieces, assuming they were dead to the buy. So drafting now like they will get the buy is probably sharp. I agree. I agree with that. I think that is a very good point to have made. Getting the Rams or Eagles so easily now seems a little strange, but I'm liking it. Yeah. I tell you what. Probably I'll say this. My favorite team to draft in playoff best ball right now, and I don't even think it's close, is Barkley, AJ Brown, Hurts, Devonta Smith, Goddard. You have all the Eagles players who are going to score any points. Then you can add in Chargers. You could do Packers if you wanted to play for a conference championship. You can do Texans after that. Yeah. No, dude, that's where you're wrong about chopping it 150 ways, because you just have to get the AFC piece right. You got to get if you get the right, like if you're taking a Rondé Gadsden on that team, I'm all about those teams though. Ravens going for free in best ball playoffs is yummy if Lamar gets healthy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. ADP is the tiebreaker for correlation. Yeah. I mean, obviously there is something going, like, at some level, you just have to accept chops a little bit, right? That is one of the more interesting things about these games is you do have to accept that in many cases, your winning roster is going to be duped. Now, I guess something I've not thought as much about is it less likely to be, I mean, not even, I guess I don't have to think that much. I'm assuming it is far easier, and I'm actually going to do JSN instead of Cook. I'm going to use JSN as the advance rate. It's got to be far less likely to be duped in general on DraftKings with the extra roster spot and the tight end. However, the contest is much larger and the final is much larger. And so then it just becomes like a multiplying effect in which there are more teams, which makes it more likely that there is going to be a dupe. So I guess you hope for like a 6-way chop instead of a 30-way chopper or something like that. JSN Barkley. JSN May, maybe? Is JSN May fire? Seattle Patriots, and then I can get... Well, the issue is I probably won't be able to get Trevion, right? All right, we're going to try it. I've not tried this one yet. We're going to try this out. I don't think I have very many combinations of this on DraftKings. Isn't Derrick Henry just the nuts bet to make since he's not 100% owned? I mean, he's a pretty good bet. I mean, the Ravens do have to take care of business this upcoming week. Man, if is that the most likely matchup right now? Philadelphia, San Francisco. That's quite the matchup. As long as Lamar sits, I think the Ravens have this. Yes. So I love to take Ramondre and Trevion together on DraftKings. There we go. So we do get Trevion Henderson. This is a nice little start for us here because we can do like a full Patriots thing, and JSN can almost functionally become an advance rate piece, which is nice because it means that you are not hoping that Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks make the Super Bowl. Yes, it would be very, very Ravens for them to not take care of business. I think something that was holding me back in these playoff contests a little bit was not accepting that your round 1 piece can be an advance rate piece. But I think it is very okay to use Josh Allen, use Christian McCaffrey, use Adams, use Barkley, whoever, as an advance rate piece to get another team, to advance a Packers team or to advance a Bears team, or whatever. All right. And then we add in Stephon Diggs. Oh no, he's going to be arrested. I don't know. Thoughts on building for the 1v1 Super Bowl? I think it's best to draft those when the contest open. When people are drafting Kansas City, Detroit, easier to advance. We have to guess on who the 1 seeds are. It's very tough. I will say I have not done a ton of I guess what would it be? Like Broncos 49ers stuff or whatever. But that's the kind of stuff that becomes easier next week, where you can really specifically focus on it. When you can focus on it and know exactly the path to take. The other thing, and this is kind of funny, is it's harder to mentally draft those teams, the 1 seed versus 1 seed teams, because you can't it's harder to multi-table those. Bang. All right, now we're going to add in Hunter Henry to our Giga stack here. JSN, Drake May, Trevion Henderson, Diggs, Hunter Henry. Kind of a shipper right now. If San Fran gets the bye, about 15% of my drafts are crap. Don't love that. I don't know. I mean, some chunk of my drafts are definitely dead. Because I've got a decent chunk of drafts where Purdy is the only quarterback, or where I have all 5 of the 49ers, where it's McCaffrey, Kittle, Jennings, Purdy, Pearsall. Man, maybe that's my favorite 5. I might like that 5 over the Eagles 5, honestly. It's pretty close. But definitely those are my 2 favorite. All right, so now we add in Ken Walker, who per the kick has a 50% chance of being active in round 1. Ken Walker. The Ken Walker price and projection should probably be a lot closer to Charbonnet, but I'm just here following the projections, man. I'm just here. I'm trying to be my best version of shady advice. I'm trying to take the lessons from one of the greatest data scientists / fantasy football players in ever. Oh, Chelsea Bournemouth is 2-2. Nothing from Liam Palmer. James Garner scored. Danny Welbeck scored. Tough. All right. And I'm going Ramondre over Booty. I think that Ramondre is more important. Although with Mac Hollins being out, there's someone who's not being drafted right now who is more interesting. Could be Kyle Williams, could be Demario Douglas. Yes, huge shout out to both the Samuels, the BBM winner and the DK winner. Shout out to both of them. There you go. Mitten 1 is closed. Mitten 2 just launched. Ravens will break my heart on Sunday, an annual tradition. Then Rodgers will go on a run and get a ring to finish his career like Brady and Manning did. That I don't know about. The Steelers stink, dude. All right. Well, we're going to get Booty anyway. So give me Mr. Kayshon Booty here. This is a nice little team we have cooking. May, Henderson, JSN, Diggs, Henry, Walker, Stevenson, Booty. This is and then we're gonna do a little DeAndre Swift or Kyle Monangai for the advance rate piece. I bet my life Raj ain't getting a ring. I don't know if this is something you look for or notice, but do you find a significant higher amount of dead playoff best ball teams in DK compared to UD? I mean, there's going to be a lot of dead playoff best ball teams on both sites because of the amount of Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs, Pittsburgh Steelers, Ravens. Like a lot of teams have been getting drafted that are dead for the postseason. I would say in general, I do find that probably there are worse drafters on DraftKings. All right. Do we do Demario Douglas or do we do Barner or do we do maybe Loveland is the advance rate piece? Let's do Loveland because we could get Douglas if we want him, but Loveland just feels like a way better advance rate piece. Congrats to all the shippers. Absolutely no congrats to Kyle Pitts. All right, Manungai got taken. Yeah. Well, kind of feels like every lineup is nice to finish with the Bears, honestly, doesn't it? Bears just score so many fantasy points. Did Burden get taken already? Did I miss Burden? Yeah, crap. All right, we'll give the sidekick what it wants with Douglas. I'm always negotiating with the sidekick. I'm like, all right, sidekick, I'll give you this sidekick, but then you have to let me do something irresponsible next. Oh, I didn't realize Crutches was grabbing the Bears. Well, shouldn't have taken Loveland from him. I'll live and learn. Just let football grab the team. Let me tell you, my experience with AI is that it doesn't know anything about football. Or maybe I just don't know how to explain football to it or math or whatever. Because I have a hard... I don't really want to take Kyle Williams here. I have enough Patriots. I have a lot of Patriots players. I would maybe rather add in some NFC weirdness. Or even Barner. I think I'd rather add Barner in here. Because I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I already have 7. So we're actually gonna expand our horizons in here. We're gonna do Barner. And then I wonder if it'll want me to have Darnold or if it'll want me to have Kyle still. What's the optimal / max amount of advance rate pieces to draft? It's going to depend. It's going to depend on the team. I mean, I don't think you want to do much more than 3. Although one thing I have anecdotally noticed, Nitty Degen, is that in general, something the sidekick has me doing more than I ever anticipated was basically giving up on a given draft because I did something wrong earlier or because someone sniped me, and then treating that as an advance rate draft where you're just trying to get your money back. All right, now we add in Sam Darnold. So we did full Patriots: Drake May, Trevion Henderson, Diggs, Henry, Stevenson, Booty, and Douglas. For the Seahawks, we did JSN, Ken Walker, AJ Barner, and Sam Darnold. Little advance rate piece with Loveland there, and that's it. Pretty good team, honestly. Yes, when Kyle Pitts dropped 40 points in week 15, 4 fantasy points in week 17 was quite literally preordained. I mean, nothing. Kyle Pitts has been letting fantasy football players down for a long time. All right, we are doing a good job getting through these DraftKings millies, boys. Speaking of the Bears, lots of first half talk this year. They screwed up the Warren versus Loveland, but give me Loveland by a good bit going forward. So I'll agree with you, Michael, on one point, which was that the Warren over Loveland stuff got very over exuberant early on. But Warren also ended the season with Daniel Jones with a broken fibula and then Phillip Rivers. So I'm prepared. I'm prepared to call it a draw right now. This is a very funny comment from Psychedelic Curse. Imagine if the drinking game on this channel was that each time Davis said he was going to follow the great minds behind the Sims and then promptly ignored the sidekick within the next 60 seconds. Be hard to make it through. Would be hard to make it all the way through a show, I think. I do my best, man. It's so hard for me to not IKB. Really, really tough. All right, drafting out of the 5 slot this time. Gonna pull up when we get out of here at the end of the stream, I'm gonna pull up a bunch of the winning people's roster. So if you're in the Discord, and you have a shipper that you would like shown on the stream, I've got all the shippers here in image files, but at me in the Slappy Central Discord, and I'll get your winning team pulled up on air here. Dude, you can't unknow ball. That should be my tagline, man. You can't, because I try, honestly, sometimes I try to unknow ball. And I just say, all right, man, come on. Just do what the computer says. And it's like an illness. It's like, oh, I can't. Wow. Never cashed in best ball before. Listened to Davis this year. Took third in the pug. Coincidence? I think not. Listen to Davis Matic, baby. Man, I don't know how Pete is ever going to top the Best Ball Bros video from last year. The 2025 Best Ball Bros video was just an absolute all-timer. You know, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Talking football with the general public is awful. Yes. Yes, it is. Wow, Josh Allen. Josh Allen from Crutches there at 2. Well, I'll try and let him have what's his name? James Cook. How much of a super chat to get you to go in depth on my Schnauzer 2 107th place team? Charlie, I think you know as well as everyone else on earth, Davis Matic has a price. I think we're all aware of that. All right, we're going to do, you know what, actually, let's try and do, Barkley went. All right, we're going to run back another JSN team. Still think Pete's best work is the fantasy podcast intro music. Really, really good. Really, really good. When do the first drafts of the season usually open? Honestly, during the conference championships, there's going to be pre-draft contests. All right, well, we might run back the exact same team. I might have lied to you guys because we're going to take Drake May. So it might be the same team again. How much less EV is available in the Mitten 2 because people aren't drafting teams who make the playoffs anymore? I mean, I would still say that by and large, the deal with playoff best ball is that it is a game that is very well suited to volume for a couple reasons. The first being the precise combination that you might need could be a very precise combination that's only available if you draft a lot of teams. The second thing is, because of the pod luck, the precise combination that you might need in the Super Bowl is maybe not going to get through in 4 out of 10 playoff pods, but then gets through in the other 6. So you just are wanting to hammer as many drafts as possible. Yes. And as Copy Paste Lade says, the EV doesn't change in any one draft, no matter the time box. And I will say, I know from talking to Mr. Sacrilegious, one of the minds behind the kick, is that wow, is James Cook still on the board? No, he's not. James Cook there at the turn. What was I about to say? Oh, that the EV of really good playoff best ball teams is really high. Higher than it would be for regular season best ball. So that is, I mean, you know, something to consider. All right, we are back on the clock. We're going to do Stephon Diggs. So we really are maybe just going to run back the exact same team that we just, we missed on Trevion on this one. So it will be slightly different on this one. All right, we have a crazy team brewing behind us. I'm not taking Jacobs. I'd rather make this a Bears team. Rather make it a Bears team. And if I would rather make it a Bears team, what is the right way to go? I guess it would be Henry. I have so many Packers teams. Packers have got to be my most drafted team. And it's totally fine for that to be true. But just from a risk management portfolio perspective, I'm not going to do it the same way that Sacrilegious or Shady or Corain does, because I don't want, well, I mean, I'm probably going to get wiped out anyways, but I don't want to get wiped out on a bet I don't really believe in. And I don't really believe in the Packers bet. Yeah, Sidekick loves the Packers, specifically Jacobs. Did I get any Pat Mail golf best ball in? I did not. I did not. I don't know when it locks, but right now I'm all playoff best ball right now. So Yosh, I've had a very similar experience to you, obviously, except with the Chiefs, where I was super emotionally invested in the Chiefs. But man, I'm freed from the obligation, from the overwhelming desire to have the Chiefs be the AFC representative, so I can kind of play it a little bit more fast and loose. Not fast and loose, actually. Play it a little bit more data-based, I think. All right. Jacobs, Booty. I want to take Booty. All right, you know what? Let's do it. Let's start building our Bears team here. We'll take Swift. Yeah, so the main reason I like the Jags Super Bowl is that they have a pretty good path there. So, and the Jaguars are going to score fantasy points too. Panthers says, hey, Davis, new here. Is the Discord link free or something that has to be purchased? Does have to be purchased, brother. I'm going to take Ramondre over Walker here. And if I get Walker, I get him. But Ramondre feels more important structurally to the team, to me. And I also don't mind taking Charbonnet. So the Discord, you can get into it a couple different ways. You can be a $5 a month YouTube member, Slappy Central. We all had a very good time last night. You can also subscribe on patreon.com/DavisMattic, where you get all of my written content, rankings, all of that good stuff. But, you know, I'll tell you what, Panthers, it was a good place to be last night. They are saying it's the best Discord in the land. Ramondre Steven Sim. Never forget the Ramondre Steven Sim. Wow. And speaking of which, there is a brand new emoji that is very, very funny in the Discord that Twan just made. What a time. What a time to be alive. All right. What is the right? I guess now I just build out the bear stuff. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Patriots. Can always add in Booty later. So we're gonna set ourselves up a nice little Caleb Williams stack right here. A lot of people are gonna have to apologize to Caleb Williams. You know, I feel bad for the haters that it had to come to this, but there you go. There you go. Panthers, maybe you just got gifted a membership and you'll be able to pop on in, brother, because Mr. Yosh just gifted 5 membies. What a day, man. Yosh, what did you do to celebrate the winner? What did you do, man? Did you order Vietnamese food to go out. What was the wow, won the Golden 2 last night by 0.7. Panthers, was that the winner take all contest? What a shipper. Won the Golden 2 by 0.7. Estimate the total number of Packer teams you would have if you 100% follow the sidekick. Certainly a lot. Certainly a lot of them. All right, there we go. So Walker did come back around as I suspected that he would. So we get Walker at 8.2. One entry max, needed 37 and got it. What a shipper. Ooh, this is fine. Needed to avoid 38 from Bijan. That is tough, man. That is not loving that. What a sweat that was just for everyone last night. Just what like a preposterous game. Mac Hollins is eligible to return in the AFC Conference Championship game. Well, good to know. I barely slept and I'm just firing off gifted Membies to celebrate. Man, I'll say this to the Badge Bros, to Peter, to Mr. Flock, and all others. If I win BBM, the amount of rain that I'm gonna make, was that the best sweat of all time? You know, Mighty Monarch, this might have been before your time, Laramie, but back in the day, way back in the day, the DraftKings Millie Maker used to not only include the Sunday night game, but also the Monday night game. This was what the main slate used to be. It used to be the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. And way back in the day, Drew Dinkmeyer was winning. Wow, this guy took Caleb Williams from me. What a jerk. Back in the day, Drew Dinkmeyer was winning the Millie Maker and needed, man, I'm going to forget the amount of points, but needed a decent amount of points from Marcus Wilson on Monday Night Football when he played for the Bears. And that was an incredible sweat. All right, we are going to add in Colston Loveland here. Bang. Love taking him. And how about my boy? Second place in the DraftKings Millionaire Maker contest. Gifting 20 Membies. And not to be forgotten, Mac Nova also, BTW, was the winner of the Slappy Survivor contest on Splash Sports. Man, Panthers running bad. Some people, I know this from Pepper Tony. By the way, where's Pepper Tony, man? Did Pepper Tony have a good season? I need to know. Let's take Rome here. Because I know that if there's a certain setting on your account where you can't accept gifted memberships for some people. We need rookies and sophomores to be named after you. I tell you what, I would love slappies and sophomores is very funny. All right, there we go. Pepper Tony was, you know what? I don't want to pocket watch him, but I gotta check my boy Pepper Tony. I haven't seen him. I miss him. Our boy Pepper Tony. Hey, Pepper Tony finished third. Third in the Little Down. All right, there we go. Pepper Tony. Pepper Tony, I hope you're doing well, brother. And if you're watching this, salute to you. We're thinking about you. We miss you, brother. Slappies and sophomores is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. That is really, really good. Yeah, it's like a brand owned account, which is like some arcane Google setting that I think is very hard to change. Like I think my account, I believe this account that I'm currently on right now, I think is a brand account. All you have to do to join the Discord is link your YouTube account and your Discord account. If my boy C Money is here, he can send you the link on how to do it. It's very easy. But your YouTube account and your Discord account need to be linked together. And then you can just pop right in. It's been an amazing experience seeing who knows and who doesn't know about what happened. That is incredible. More like the Little Caesars order board. Instead of a super flex position, give us a slapper flex position that can only have rookies in it. Wow. You guys are full of good ideas today. Slapper flex is one of the funniest. Like, I'm going to be walking my dog later and I'm going to think about the concept of a slapper flex. And I'm going to be like, wow, that was very, very funny. Wicks is a pretty good pick. Wicks is like a really, really good last round pick. Do we want to take AJ Barner on this team? Does that even make any sense? Shouldn't I maybe take another Patriot? Or another Bear? Yeah, I think I should take another Patriot. We're gonna take Demario Douglas. There you go. I did that for you too, for offsuit. I clicked the button in the queue. Efton Chisholm. Wow. I don't know who Criminal is, but first off, he is the Run the Sims avatar. So salute to him for that. And he is showing off for the stream with Efton Chisholm. My fiance and I shared a bottle of champagne my in-laws got me for Christmas. Other than that, I couldn't function. Incredible. Incredible. All right. This team was May, Swift, JSN, Diggs, Henry, Stevenson, Burden, Walker, Loveland, Rome. So this one kind of went off the tracks because this guy to my left, Pious Devil, started doing wow, I mean, I've known Pious Devil for a long time. Wonder if he's here or if he's just drafting next to me on accident. So he started doing the Bears stuff too. So that got me off track a little bit. All right, all right, all right. We're having ourselves a day here, fellas. We already did the spy. Could start doing some linebackers. Probably not going to do the Wildcat. Did my fair catch. How many entries have I done in this contest? Well, no way to know. Better keep drafting, though. Hit him with the shavers. Thank you to, thank you to MacNova. Thank you to Artillery Frost. Thank you to Goods. Thank you to Purple Yosh. Thank you to Aaron Kenny. Thank you to MBF, Joshua. A lot of boys coming. Wow, and we got gifted another 101. That's pretty nice. Another attempt at the Rams Mega. Beautiful. Yosh and I are giving away 0.0002% of our winnings in Davis Matic Membies, as God intended. As God intended. Fellow Bulldog owner. Yeah, look at that face, bro. Look at Cage Dog's face. So good. Somebody make and market a new fantasy football commissioner now that we have the slapper flex. I would play in that league. I tell you what, I would play in that league. I've got a Rams 49ers Mega in the $3 tournament. I like that. That's a good question. Are gifted YouTube memberships something that you can write off? Now there's a question. Really, really interesting. Yeah, you're gonna have to shove more entries in. You have to play a lot of DFS, like literally tonight. All right, we're up with pick 1. Could do a McCaffrey to get silly here. I don't think I will, but you could. I would hear that you're just like so confident in the 49ers and in McCaffrey being the best fantasy option. Like, dude, I mean, Puka only got 15 fantasy points in week 17. Need Davis Matic. to become a 501c3. That rescue me, IRS, make me a 501c3. Maybe if you consider Davis a charity. Oh, that's so funny. Will accept site credits. Federal government, rescue me. Make my YouTube channel a 501c3. Do we think Odunze will be ready for the playoffs? I mean, considering that he was almost active in week 16, and apparently the only reason he didn't play was that his foot started to get banged up in the cold, I am expecting that Rome Odunze is going to be back. Now, what is interesting about Odunze is, don't you think that he probably has been replaced? Like Burden looks like the guy to me. I don't know how you put the genie back in the bottle with Luther Burden. I didn't win 2 million last night, but I did two-way chop the first down showdown contest last night. Well, you were not the only one who needed a Gonzalez field goal in the fourth quarter. I can tell you that much, White Russian. You were not alone in needing Zane Gonzalez to just end that game. I tell you what. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Henny Penny. The Burden and Loveland Pandora's box hath been opened. He's been replaced by Burden. I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, I still think you want to take a Dune, because I would take a Dunze ahead of DJ Moore on Bears stuff. I assume pre-draft content, Cade, is going to be out during the conference championship games. So that means we have 5 weeks to the conference championships. I mean, Burden is just going to lead them in target share going forward, I think. Wow. All right. It's happening. It's happening again. We got the Stafford team. And then when we take Stafford, I wonder, is it going to okay, yeah, Adams. This is maybe my new favorite team. It's interesting you say this. What do you think of jamming in the Ravens? They are literally free. The thing is the field is now hip to the Ravens, right? Where the Ravens are everyone's favorite backstack now. Where you start with your NFC teams, you start your Seahawks stuff, you start your Rams stuff. They're not free anymore. They were for like a day. There was like a little bit of a latency period between them winning that game. I mean, they were super, super free last week when it looked like they were like out of the postseason entirely, right? I mean, that was about as big as it gets. But yes, so I just cannot complain about this Rams Infinity Gauntlet team. Like, this is, I would run, I mean, I don't know if I'd run 150 of these, but I would run quite a number of them. And I'm also not taking Josh Jacobs. So when Josh Jacobs is absolutely the guy you need, well, I guess I won't be there for that. All right, let's try and do Sutton and Harvey. I've not done this yet. So we took Harvey. Is it going to tell me to take Sutton now? No, it wants me to take Corum. We're going to push it. We're going to get weird on this one, guys. He's learning. Every sidekick drafter wishing they could exclude Josh Jacobs. I don't know about exclude, but I do wish I had an option to just tamp it down a little bit. I was both drafting with you and didn't realize it. Came in just in time to hear you say, let me finish out this Caleb Williams stack right after I drafted DJ Moore and Williams. Yes, thank you. Do I think Sean McVay is going to keep running these 3 tight end sets in the playoffs? I do. Because it's working so well. I mean, that is about as big of a that is like about as big of an easy button as I've found any NFL coach finding in the last 2 years. Since the too high safety stuff really came around, I don't think there's been a bigger offensive innovation than what he found. Wow, I managed to push Pearsall over Jacobs in the sidekick ranks. That is a miracle. And Murray found a way to get found a way to get Jacobs. Losing 3 out of the last 5 is working well. I literally was not even aware that is true for the Rams. I would assume they're still first in the NFL in like everything on offense. McVay copied the 3 tight end thing from the Cardinals OC. I do remember that. So I do recall that. Because Elijah Higgins was playing a lot after they drafted Tip Ryman. All right, we've got Blake Corum. Enough with the Watson, bro. Enough. Okay, we'll do. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll do Jaquavius Woody Marks. No, Ramondre. I disagree. I disagree with the sidekick on. I disagree with the kick on how they order the AFC running backs as well. And I know that's not what Shady would do. Do you draft advance rate stuff? Well, Ramondre right there was a huge advance rate piece for sure. But I wouldn't say I am the most prototypical sidekick user. Obviously the thing that I think is most helpful about using it, I think you probably can get away just doing the top option every time. But the thing that I like to do it for is you can kind of use it to, in real time, figure out if the sidekick thinks your team is set to advance or how to maximize EV of what you've already done. Like, I think it's a very helpful handhold for me. All right, we're going to add in Bo Nix because we've already got Matt Stafford's points round 1. We could do Bears stuff. 1 second. Let me look at what Bears are available. The Bears are what do I want to do? Do I want to do Bears? No, let's do Knicks. Let's do Knicks. Let's do Knicks and then see. Could be like an Evan Ingram team. It's definitely going to be a Terrence Ferguson team. I could tell you that much. We'll do let's just get Ferguson out of the way now. Yeah, okay. Wanted a Rams tight end anyway. Ramondre could very easily outscore Henderson in the playoffs. Wow, my boy John. Christian Watson. Watson's a fine advance rate piece. Again, I think I would just, if I had to say there was a way to explain kind of the way I'm approaching the Packers, is that I grant that they have better Super Bowl equity than the Bears. Completely agree. But the Bears have a similar tier of at least NFC Conference Championship equity, and they score more fantasy points. Like, the Bears are just a better fantasy team than the Packers. And I don't know what's going on with Jacobs' knee, but that usage was so bizarre last week. For this week in DFS, do we think this is the most IKB advantage because the Sim's inputs do not take into account motivation? Well, the sim inputs will account for that stuff more than you're thinking. So I wouldn't want you to double count stuff. Wow, Parkinson. I tell you what, I don't really want to take Parkinson. There's got to be like more advanced rate stuff to be had. You know what? Whatever. No, you know what? Whatever. Yeah, let's just do Parkinson. Higbee will probably be back by the playoffs. But dude, I just said the 3 tight end stuff. Thanks for what you do. Small kickback, more to come. Wow, 37th in the BBM, 17th in the Poodle. Yeah, my best team. We ended up I'm not flaming out. I mean, it's a huge freaking tournament. But Nate and I finished 24th in the RotoWire Online Championship, which is like a bazillion teams. I mean, it's about as big as it gets. 681 points. So we were 90 points behind first. But we were pretty close, like 19 points from like a huge pay jump, which would have been nice. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention. I just took Pearsall as an advance rate piece. That's very funny. The market is flat wrong about the Packers without Parsons. They have no chance to get to the NFC Conference Championship. I buy it. I buy it. Wow, Purple Yoshi also got exactly 17th in the Poodle last year. Many such cases. Yeah, Packers got blitzed by the Eagles. I'm not a huge Packers believer. I mean, I think the Packers, like, they're okay. Jordan Love's fine. It's true. Based on that information, Alex Henderson is indeed shipping the Elam next year. I think that's how that goes. All right. So that Pearsall auto draft was not great. But hey, we're just trying to get a Denver. We are trying to get a Denver. Wow. Quentin Johnston goes. Did Gadsden go? Yeah, Gadsden went. All right, we'll do a Keenan Allen advance rate. Why not? Keenan Allen. What if Keenan Allen is this year's Lad McConkey? So we are trying to get a Stafford, Harvey, Puka, Adams, Ferguson, Sutton, Bo Nix team to the Super Bowl and then let the chips fall where they may. I believe there is a pretty strong chance that Tyler Higbee plays in the postseason. I believe that is the case. It's based on what we just looked at. Yes, the Packers defensive line was horrible in that game against the Ravens. I mean, I don't want to pretend to be a ball knower or anything, but they had no hope. Rashawn Gary, like I said, I am not a huge ball knower, but Rashawn Gary against the Ravens just did not look like an NFL player. You know, and that's the way she goes. Sometimes it happens quickly. Yeah, I'm assuming Malik Willis will get a decent contract and an attempt to start somewhere next year. I'm assuming that's the case. We have a chance to do the 49ers Mega Onslaught here. 49ers, Bears, 49ers, Bears, Chargers maybe coming up. Pretty fun. IDP knower, bro. You don't want defensive backs who are too good in IDP because they don't get tackles. What about the likes of Brandon Cooks? I don't know, man. That's hard for me to do Brandon Cooks because one, he is about a bazillion years old and could just get hurt at any given time. They also they could also use Keon Coleman. Like they could use Keon. Like they could just decide they were like, all right, well, Keon, we're not going to win a playoff game without you. So get your butt out there. It's possible. Who is the Vikings starting quarterback next year? I mean, week 1, it's JJ McCarthy. No doubt in my mind that JJ McCarthy has done enough to start in week 1. That's a lock. Who are my favorite 25% drafted guys? Terrence Ferguson, Dontavian Wicks, Demario Douglas. Who else? Who else do I like? Byshell Tootin, Ty Johnson, Dalton Schultz on DraftKings, where you can use a tight end. Wow, okay, I was gonna say. All right, we'll take McCaffrey. Do we think we're gonna be able to pull off the 49ers mega? Yeah, Tootin. Okay, Schultz goes. I guess I was thinking underdog. Schultz is much more drafted on DraftKings. I completely agree with this. The playoffs have basically never been more wide open. Man, is Justin Jefferson really going to be a 2-3 turn pick? I think that Ferguson is already broken out enough that Higbee returning doesn't send Terrence Ferguson to 0. But I've been wrong about that stuff so many times because my bias is always to be towards the younger players. I don't think the Ravens can seriously move on from Lamar Jackson. I mean, I guess it's possible, but it is hard for me to imagine. Matthew Golden will be drafted on 100% of my 2026 teams. I'm sorry, I just can't take my losses. I think he looks pretty good. Team just seemed to love him in camp. I thought he looked good when he threw him the ball. They just didn't throw him the ball all that often. Yeah. Dude, just stack all 3 Rams tight ends, can't lose. This is so true. I will officially retire if these things happen. Justin Jefferson is a 2-3 turn player. Xavier Worthy is a round 13 player, and Mahomes is like the quarterback 15. I will have to retire from being a 2-3 turn, bro. There will be no way around it. Wow. Oh wow, JSN almost came all the way back. I'm definitely taking George Kittle here over Nico Collins. I know why the sidekick wants me to do that, but I don't care. I want the mega. And tough luck for B Kurt 4 because Stafford and Adams go way early for no reason. Oh, that's actually, I honestly have really not thought about it much. Where does Rashee Rice go? I assume very early, and I get Nico anyway. So that was, I think, the right move. Rice probably goes where like Jalen Waddle went, not last year, but the year before. Like between pick 20 and pick 26, I think is where Rashee Rice will go. I could see him being a 1-2 turn pick. I could see it with Rashee Rice. The market is going to be down on the Chiefs, though. You know, the Chiefs missed the postseason. Mahomes is coming off the torn ACL. Like Kelsey probably is not going to be on the team. They're probably not going to have that exciting of a draft. Like the mojo, the vibe around the Kansas City Chiefs is not great, you know? And I mean, rightfully so. Now, I suppose the question is, what are the odds that Jennings, is there any chance this guy behind me, with the Spike Week avatar, do we think he will take him? Are any first round matchups likely to happen? Yes. I don't know what they are, though. I think some of the first round matchups we basically already know. So, you know, do with that what you will. Well, the quarterback situation is that Mahomes is playing week 1. Might have to eat a hat if Mahomes does not play week 1. All right. Yeah, so I think you just take Jennings here because you're just going to be too annoyed not to. Well, oh shit. Or do I take Purdy? I mean, this guy behind me really should not take Brock Purdy because he already has a Denver piece. There we go. Brashard Smith is going to be so good next season. I don't know. Will he? Will he even play? All right, there we go, boys. 49ers mega McCaffrey, Kittle, Collins, Purdy. Beautiful. Sanderson put Burden at pick 30 in his way too early top 50. Feels right. Feels right to me. The market probably won't agree with that though. He will probably be a little bit less expensive than that with to start. Buddy, it's never been Demarcus Robinson time. Never, not once. Chiefs tight end next year. I mean, the favorite has got to be Kelsey. Because I am thinking about this out loud. And doesn't it feel that it's hard? It would be hard for Travis Kelsey to leave on literally the worst season of his career in terms of what his team did. I would think it would be hard for Travis to look at the situation in Kansas City and say, man, we won all these championships. We played in all these Super Bowls. We won our division. And I'm going to retire on a 6-win season. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who are the free agent tight ends? 2026 NFL free agent tight ends. I know that Pitts is one of them. Golden is going to be very, very, very cheap, Tommy. He's going to be very cheap. All right, so Njoku is a free agent. Njoku is going to be 30. Dallas Goedert is a free agent. Kyle Pitts is a free agent. Tyler Conklin is a free agent. I mean, they really might just take Tyler Conklin. We're going to take Dalton Schultz here. Yeah, Golden is going to the Leaguette zone. Noah Fant is a free agent. You know, they probably are going to bring in someone that we don't like very much. I would think. I think Brandon Ayuk wants to be a Commander, but who knows? Did CJ Stroud already go? See, you know what? I'm just taking Pearsall here. Pearsall way more important for this build. So we have the Infinity Gauntlet 49ers. Is Likely a free agent? I don't know. I'm looking at this tab. Yeah, there you go. Isaiah Likely, a pending free agent. I mean, my preference would probably be for Kyle Pitts and Kelsey to come back. Like if I was Brett Veach, that would be my preference. I had 40% of MBS at pick 60, 40% of Gabe Davis at pick 40, and I will have 100% of Golden at pick 150. There you go. Likely would be exciting, but I'm a likely truth. Yeah, see, I'm not a likely truther. If Dubs moves, Golden won't drop so much. I mean, Wicks will still be there. Bo Melton will probably still be there. Yeah, likely does kind of feel like a Veach signing. All right. I had a lot of Kansas City MVS. You were certainly not alone, Tommy. All right. So we do Stroud, and then what? It's gonna be hard to advance this one out of round one, I'll say. All right, so Stroud in. I'm hoping the sidekick realizes that I need some advance rate juice. Michael Mayer trade. I mean, the reports were is that the Raiders were trying to trade him. The Ravens gave Mark Andrews a big contract extension like 2 weeks ago. All right. Henry over Higgins there for me, because we can take whatever Texans player comes back around. I've got to get off the Davis Maddock lobby train. They keep forcing me into Seattle Super Bowl. Well, I do have news for you. According to the odds on the DraftKings Sportsbook, the Seahawks are the most likely team to make the Super Bowl of any NFL team right now. Eli Stowers. Is it Stowers or Stowers? From Vanderbilt feels like a Chief. I would be surprised if they spent a high pick on a tight end. I'll say that. I would be surprised if they spent a round 1, 2, or 3 pick, a day 1 or 2 pick on a tight end. Goddard feels kind of Chiefsy. I don't know. They gotta next year might be their Bills year, guys, where they put a bunch of resources in the offensive line, but the wide receivers and the pass catchers stink. Like, it's possible they run back this wide receiver room. No one wants to hear it, but it's very, very possible that that's what they do. All right, there we go. So Higgins made it back to us. So for round 1, we have active Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, CJ Stroud, Derrick Henry, and Jaden Higgins. I mean, we are probably rooting against the 49ers next week, I guess, on this team. A couple months ago, I was scoffing at Seattle Super Bowl chalk in the Discord, but here we are. Look at us. Who would have thought? Yeah, the Chiefs don't have... That's the thing, is they definitely don't have time to develop a tight end. I do like Jaden Reed as a one-off here. Yeah, Jaden Reed, pretty nice little one-off, and then gives us a potential second Super Bowl. So we have a 49ers Houston lineup, and then if we play our cards right, I was going to say maybe we could end up with a second Super Bowl, but actually it does not look like that's the case. So I would like a nice little advance rate guy, our final one here. If you do some mental gymnastics and use the San Francisco -1.5 line to deduce them winning and getting the 1 seed, I'm sure they would be the Super Bowl favorites after next week games. That is probably true. There was a DraftKings promo last week, and I got some bonus bets. And the first thing that I used the bonus bets for was placing a wager on the San Francisco 49ers -110 money line over the Seattle Seahawks. A man has to believe in something. A man has to have a code. Get Michael Mayer to Pittsburgh so we can see Arthur Smith's 5 tight end set. Jonnu in the backfield, right? Oh, beautiful. All right, so what are we thinking? So it's Monungai as an advance rate piece. Keenan as an advance rate piece. Who's more likely to be an advance rate? Keenan or Monungai? I guess full PPR, we'll go Keenan. Really close, obviously, there. So we have the 49ers mega, Purdy, McCaffrey, Nico, Collins, Jennings, Kittle, Schultz, Pearsall, Stroud, Henry, Higgins, Jaden Reed, Keenan Allen. Twan hates the top click. He hates it. He hates it, but we love it. All right. Let's do at least one more. Playoff Millionaire. These are so fun, man. This is just a fun way. This is a fun way to celebrate best ball season. He loves the top click. He loves the big chungus. That might be, oh wow, another 101. They are treating me very nicely over at DraftKings today. Shout out to all my friends at DraftKings, man. The influencer luck is off the chart. I get the Niners Super Bowl up, but if they lose this weekend, I put their odds right there with the Bears. I would not. I would not. And I like Caleb. I'm a big Caleb believer, but we're talking about real Super Bowl pedigree on the 49ers part. Better, maybe not a better coach, but a very good coach, high level quarterback, high level running back. What do you mean? Would I do Rams? Yeah, we're definitely taking Rams here. Great show, Sylvester. GM, Dr. Evil. How did everything work out for you last night, brother? What did your sweat end up being? Dr. Evil had a team really high up on the FFPC main event. Easy to get the 101 with site credits. Ooh, 32nd in the FFPC. Yeah, been there, buddy. Been there. Highest finish in the FFPC for me was like it was like 18th place or something. But it's so funny. It's like no money. It's like $500 or something because of how top heavy it is. Gibbs, Pickens, bad. Yeah, that sucks. Who would not love to see Shanahan blow another Super Bowl? I don't honestly. Maybe my take that is most divorced from the market is I do not believe in the Denver Broncos. Dude, how are the Denver Broncos winning multiple playoff games? It's the Denver Broncos. This is a very cool PFP. Fannin. It's old Mr. Fannin himself. Diggs's ADP has not changed, and I know everyone likes to react to the thing that most recently just happened, but the way the NFL works with potential suspensions is almost universally they wait to see what happens. Homer take, elite defense. Is the offense good enough? I don't know. I'm sure they're okay. Where do I honestly do not know the answer to this question. I wonder where Bo Nix is at in terms of quarterback EPA. Maybe he's better than I think. Quarterback EPA plus CPOE composite. I'm going to guess he's 19th. Wow, pretty good guess. He's 18th in EPA plus CPOE composite. And an EPA per play, he's 17th. All right. He's fine. Bo Nix is fine. Stop being a hater, Davis. They can squeak by 2 games at home. Not saying it's I mean, obviously having the bye and then playing having the bye and then playing your 2 home games at Mile High Stadium at Invesco or whatever they're calling it now. But yeah, the bye's big. Honestly, I just draft. I kind of just draft. This is annoying to say, but like I'm fine covering all the combos. Just want to have a bunch of well-structured teams out there. Was randomly at the Panthers Seahawks game in person. Wow, both those teams are terrible. Yeah, they are. Can I just say, I told those who know ball to draft Spellcheck with their last pick, and he outscored Sutton. Shout out to him, brother. Shout out to Juszczyk, Stafford, and Adams. Denver has to lose to the backup Chargers on Sunday for the Patriots to get the 1 seed. Are the Chargers going to get any of their offensive linemen back, or is it over? Like, can Joe Alt come back? This start, here's a question for you guys. Would you start this Puka, Stafford, Adams every time out of the 1 hole? I'm inclined to say yes. And you just take it and let the chips fall where they may. Inclined. I don't really believe in Houston either. Houston's offense just feels like a tough watch. Maybe that's like biased to me, but it does feel like a tough watch. Am I gonna accept Colin's 109 head to head? Sure, brother. Yes, I will. Colin is coming in the cash game streets, and he's saying, "Brother, you don't know. I've been waiting for this all year." Just a word of note: if you send me a $5 head to head, I can't accept it because I'm already maxed out on $5 head to heads. All right, Colin, I accepted it. There you go. Do I double down on a Bears Super Bowl ticket at 22-1? I would not. I like taking the Ravens, but they are not free anymore. The Ravens are no longer free pieces. They're good pieces, but they're like I would still take them. I shan't, dude. Everyone keeps taking the Jaguars from me at this spot. So I'm not gonna take Jacobs. I did what I did Broncos last time. Let's try and do like a weirder Jags team. Jags team without Myers, Jags team without ETN. Harvey, Jacobs, Corum, Marks. All right, we'll try it. We'll try a little Harborino. You guys talked me into it on the Broncos. I think I've got one Rams Ravens out there. Yeah, Harvey. I mean, dude. Imagine the rug pull on RJ Harvey when J.K. Dobbins come back and starts the divisional round for them at running back. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the pain, the anguish, the gnashing of teeth, the rending of garments? It's gonna be horrible. So I've got the Rams are not going to get the bye. The Jaguars are not going to get the bye. So I've got one missing piece. Obviously, would love to get Corum on this team, but we are, you know what? This might be a team to actually do the Josh Jacobs thing because I'm gonna need some advance rate help. I'm gonna need some help getting over the hump. I don't know if Dobbins is a great guy to mix in. I think if I lose to J.K. Dobbins, I think I just tip my cap. I think you say, J.K. Dobbins drafters, you played better than me. You know, Godspeed and God bless. I think that's what you do. Like I would rather, like I would consider like Ty Johnson, Byshell Tootin, like some of those like low end AFC guys. I would consider them similarly to how I'm thinking about Dobbins. Obviously, Dobbins more Super Bowl equity, harder for him to score some points. This team might need Derrick Henry, Jason. It might. It might. We might do Corum Henry on this next turn. Jawar Jordan or Dobbins. The good news is if you get beat by J.K. Dobbins, the deciders did decidedly not play better than you. Well, what can you do? All right, Swift goes. So let's do Corum. I know the kick really wants me to take Jacobs. I see you. What I want is it to tell me to take. Oh, still wants me to take Jacobs. Is Henry available? Let's put Stevenson in the queue. Is Henry there? No. All right, we're gonna take Ramondre. We're using Ramondre as our advance rate guy. Where is Pittsburgh, Baltimore being played? I don't know. How do I rank the proteins alongside the seasonal ones that are memorable? I don't know what you mean. Like chicken, ground beef, deer, turkey proteins. There you go. Okay, Pittsburgh, Baltimore is being played in Pittsburgh. There you go. 6 seed took Henry already. All right, he got me. He got me. He hoisted me with my own petard. I've never eaten ostrich. Bison is elite though. Bison is really, really good. Super, super lean. And if you live in the Midwest like I do, it's actually not that expensive because there's lots of bison farms around here. There's actually like a really small local farm that must have an agreement with my local grocery store because there are like bison steaks. Ooh, oh, the chipper. Top seasonal meat from Chipotle is the Al Pastor chicken. That's top one. The carne asada is very good as well, but not nearly as good as the Al Pastor. There you go. Harvey and Ramondre with the Ram stack. We're chilling. Now could definitely do Franklin. I wonder if it maybe makes sense because I have so many Rams. I mean, I'm probably going to take Franklin. Dude, the Al Pastor is so good, man. So good. Maybe I'll have Chipotle for dinner tonight. Troy Franklin. All right. All right. I actually don't have a better idea than this, so I'm gonna give in to the clanker on this one. Bo Nix. I'm gonna take. All right. Whatever. We'll take Nix. I don't really want to, but I'll have multiple Rams options available at tight end next. DK Partner. I said at the beginning of the show, thank you to my friends over at DraftKings. Honestly, actually, huge shout out to our friends over at DraftKings because this time of year in the content streets, you know, a lot of people who watch my YouTube channel, they don't really care right now. A lot of people are not liking the videos. A lot of people are not I'm not gaining new subscribers. So it is nice to have like a guiding light, a purpose to do the content. Is this next year the first year in a little while where there's not a consensus 101? So I can't remember. Was it 2 years ago that McCaffrey was not the consensus 101? Maybe 3 years ago McCaffrey was not the consensus 101? I don't remember. Oh, yes, there was a year where it was Jonathan Taylor and CMC, and I had CMC first in my rankings. I think that was the year before I started doing my own YouTube channel. Nix is going late because he has a bye. Not having a quarterback score in round one, and basically having a one quarterback team round one kind of stinks. All right, so we're gonna hit him with the Ferg. I wonder, did the Sims update? I feel like the Sims have been hotter on Ferguson in the middle of this stream. And then we're just gonna double up on Higbee, actually. We're just gonna take both of them. And then if Evan Ingram is still there, he's still there. So we've got Stafford, Harvey, Puka, Adams, Ferguson. Brian Thomas Jr. is our advance rate piece. Stevenson is our advance rate piece. Then we've got Franklin and Nix, and then Higbee as well. This is kind of a fun little team. Dude, the Chipotle chimichurri is so good, but yes, I mean, it is, quite literally a calorie bomb. It is literally just fat. Like, that's what chimichurri is. It's really good, but, it is what it is. All right. So we got the 2 Rams tight ends. Marks should really not be available here. Particularly on this team because we don't have Harvey and we're counting on Corum. So like our round 1 score might come down to Ramondre. Like, although remember, it's so funny. Woody Marks was like only a pass catching back in college, and then he gets to the NFL and they're like, all right, dude, we're never gonna throw you the ball. What is that all about? Man. Aston Villa 2-0 down to the Arsenal. It was bound to happen. 11 wins in a row. Tough. Yeah, really good slate of games. The Sims are still going through the rainbow pinball wheel trying to figure out how Trevion did not get 65% of the touches. Is Bo Nix the best bad quarterback or the worst good quarterback? My vote is that he is the best bad quarterback, but I'd be curious other people's opinions. All right, there we go. Jaquavius, Woody, Marks coming on down. Bada bing, bada boom. Final team of the stream: Stafford, Harvey, Puka, Adams, Ferguson, BTJ, Blake Corum, Ramondre, Troy Franklin, Bo Nix, Tyler Higbee, and Jaquavius, Woody, Marks. You know what's funny is that was the first thing I thought. Who is the worst good quarterback? I think it's probably Caleb. I think it is probably Caleb. Yeah. That it's funny. It's just funny you said that because I thought the exact same thing. Mighty Monarch. Like he is the best, or he's the worst good quarterback. Okay. There we go. The last thing that I wanted to do today was I wanted to do shout outs to all the Slappy Central best ball winners. I wanted to give everyone a little bit of their time here. So our boy Tesla Beam with the puppy shipper, 37 points from Brock Purdy. He's got Sharbs in there, RJ Harvey, Christian McCaffrey, beautiful. Jaden Higgins' points counts, you might be a slappy. Luther Burden points counts, you might be a slappy. And then Trey McBride at the tight end. So I just want to give a huge shout out to my boy Tesla Beam / Tesla Shock. Big shout out to Marker Tassel, aka Soccer Liam X, won the Superflex puppy. Purdy and Dart, Bijan Robinson, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift didn't even count points from Kyron Williams. Luther Burden, you might be a slappy. Quentin Johnston, only 2 wide receiver points counted. Then he got Colston Loveland in there as well. Kyle Pitts got him there. Didn't need Kyle Pitts in the end. Super shout out to Marker Tassel. Really good stuff. $200,000 for the Superflex puppy. Give him a big ol' salute. Now, I'm being real here. Goods, who drafted probably about half of his big board teams with us this offseason when we streamed all 150 big boards, he killed everyone. Killed everybody in the big board, won the big board by over 10 points. Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson. This team had ETN, got nothing from Giddens, got nothing from Kendre, no sweat. Luther Burden, Chris Olave, Michael Wilson, nothing from Devonta, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Doubs, Cedric Tillman, Demario Douglas, Xavier Restrepo. How big board is that? Xavier Restrepo and Torrey Horton in there. Then down there at tight end, he's got Trey McBride and Colston Loveland. Super proud of you, Goods. Really fire. Our boy Mac Nova over on DraftKings, $1 million to Mac Nova. Caleb Williams, Bijan Robinson, Zach Charbonnet, Luther Burden, Chris Olave, Wan'Dale Robinson, Trey McBride, and RJ Harvey. Big. Just so sick, dude. $1 million. And then our boy, Purple Yosh, our guy, all year long, winner of the Eliminator, Brock Purdy, Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson. I'd be interested to go back and look and see how important Russell Wilson week 2 of the Cowboys was to advancing. Kyron Williams, Javonte, Josh Jacobs, Travis Etienne, Scadaboo, incredible. Jamar Chase, Michael Wilson, 17 points. Jalen McMillan, 14 points. Juwan Jennings, that was so big for him on Sunday night. Devontae Adams missing, doesn't matter. Cortland Sutton, no points, doesn't matter. Roma Dunze missing, doesn't matter. Harold Fannin Jr., our duck-footed king, man. Dalton Kincaid and Dallas Goedert, huge, huge, huge for all these guys, man. Just like super, super proud of all of you guys. It was a phenomenal year. Of course, we are going to keep these things going. Obviously, thanks to our friends over at DraftKings for sponsoring the stream. Make sure that you're checking out the playoff best ball contest over on DraftKings. And I'll be back doing the exact same thing tomorrow. So make sure that you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for daily fantasy football videos.